Good morning, everyone. True Zero Emissions here. And guess what? The voltage is going up. So the little trickle charger is working. It says right there, never to plug this in without a load on it. That means do not plug that into power. This is the Renaissance charge, which can be found on rcharge.com, if I recall correctly, r-charge.com. Or go to Rick Friedrich's YouTube channel, and you can find his a link to his store through his YouTube channel. I also recommend getting the book, the Don Smith book, which is the collected works of Don Smith's entire life. It's a really thick book with lots and lots of information in it. We'll go over here and have a look at it right here. It's called the Don Smith Magnetic Resonance Energy Crafting Systematic Index. See that? And if you like puzzles, you'll love that book. I think this is a great field of research for anyone that loves solving complex puzzles. And I think for some, they're going to glance at this and have the whole thing figured out. And then the question is, can you share the simplicity of your vision and teach a world that hungers for the simplicity of the intricacies of the workings of the universe. The great thing is there's millions of people that understand the way things work. It's just a matter of sharing that information through collaboration or through making videos and just sharing what you see. And then we exponentially arrive at the future that is so far left behind us. Meaning we had this great future planned, but we forgot to we forgot to create it because we don't even have flying cars yet. We don't even have electric gravitics yet, right? But we've had the understanding of that since the automobile began, really, even before that. So we're up to 21.8 volts. And when we first started in the last video, I think that one uploaded, we were at like 21.6, 21.7. So it's going up slowly. It will continue to go up. And what I like about charging these in series is, if I understand correctly, that's the best way to heal a battery. If batteries have varying resistances in them, by charging it in series, it allows the cells that need the most help to get the help they need. If we charge batteries in parallel, it does not give the battery a chance to heal itself, if I say it that way, with the frequencies. And I realize there's many ways to do this. Anyone, that sees what I'm doing, they're like, oh, you can do it this way, you can do it that way. I know, there's endless ways to do anything, including anti-gravity. There's like endless ways to do it. That's just the infinite abundance of the universe. It doesn't say you have to do it this one way. It says be you and bring you to anti-gravity. How do you want to make anti-gravity? How do you see it? And literally, if we set our mind to it, we can do that. So I'm talking about that because, in part, the potholes that we have on the roads, the bumps in the roads, there's no way to ever keep up with the roads, right? It's a constant. The roads are they're gonna have holes in them. There's gonna be things that fall on the roads. They'll be running things over. I just ran something on the road over today. I don't even know what it was. It was like something big and something metal, and it was very loud when the tire ran it over. And that's very dangerous for motorcycles and people on big scooters on the freeway. When metal gets run over like that, I didn't see it, or I would have went around it if I could have, meaning if it was safe to go around it. That's one of the reasons I don't drive next to people, is if there's no one next to me and I'm watching my mirrors a lot and there's no one next to me and I can go around something, then I'll do it. But if someone's near me, I won't do that because I can't. because I have to just run over the material in the freeway, right? I did that once and it broke the bumper on my car. It literally broke the whole side of the bumper because I ran over like a truck tire. It was nighttime, it was dark, and I didn't see the tire. Because I was watching cars. There was something going on with cars, right? Cars were all moving around really quick. So I was distracted by that. And then next thing I know, I'm running over a tire that had blown off of a truck. And, you know, but anyway, anti-gravity, if we're off the ground, I don't mean floating around like hundreds of feet up into space. I just mean a little bit off the ground, right? Like a few inches, a few feet. It could be like a foot or 2 feet would probably be more than enough. And we know from Joe Booker, that's his name. I was trying to remember his last name. If I recall correctly, his name is Joe Booker. He was the inventor, or one of the people experimenting with the Joe cell. And Joe Booker shared his knowledge and his uncle's, like when he was growing up, how his uncle used to run the exhaust back into the car and then burn it again just by running it through a frequency chamber. So that's one of the things that Joe taught, is that that is possible. We know that. Why do we know that? Because we know there's infinite ways to do anything. So that's you know, that's can be arrived at, that can be derived from the statement, anything is not only possible, anything is inevitable. And that's something I say, which is a paraphrase of particle physics. It's my perception and viewpoint of particle physics, kind of the collected works of many people that have spent a lifetime in the field, that say, and some of the greatest minds have said, just in our universe, anything, everything is inevitable. That's a scientific fact, if you want to say it that way. So we can then conclude that anything is not only possible, anything is inevitable. But we get to create the time and space and experience of the present. So together we can make, I think, something more creative and more helpful. Okay, so this is just an update video showing that the voltage is going up, and I'll keep this video short so that it actually loads sometime today. See you in the next video.